Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. The beautiful lady right before you is 2017 U.S. Open champion Sloane Stephens. And the beautiful Miss Stephens has made some news here lately because as of late, this beautiful superstar is glowing. But before I get into the reason as to why she's glowing, I want to remind you that a little over a week ago, I did a video titled, Divestors and Swirlers Hate Black Women as Much as They Do Black Men. Now, I want you to see how this happy story ties into this particular video because it's going to prove a point. I mentioned that Mrs. Stephens was glowing, and the reason why she's glowing is because she became a beautiful bride. Just a week ago, Sloane Stephens got married. And many people, millions the world over, was very happy for her union. And she got married to soccer player Josie Altidore. However, there were some who did not seem to want to celebrate. And the reason being is because of who she married. Now, Sloane Stephens is a black woman. Josie Altidore is a black man. And these type of unions are not celebrated among the swirling sect. See, I had did a video where I stated that they do not love black women. And this pretty much proves my point. Because none of them posted about her happy day. And you would think that if they were for the betterment, the empowerment, the joy, the happiness, fulfillment, and love of black women, that they would have posted something like this here, or other black women who are married to black men. But this is not what they celebrate. So therefore, that is proof right there that they do not really love black women. They're not really for the happiness of black women. They're not really for the fulfillment of black women. Black women in their minds has to pretty much go into a certain direction. It has to be certain stipulations and conditions in which they will celebrate. Before I get into that, this is the grand poobah of swirling. Now, rumor has it that she's dating a black male. Now, she is keeping this very secretive because she is very leery that her constituency, that her followers, that her subscribers would deem him to be unfit, that they would be very upset with her for who she chose to love. Now, that should tell you right then and there is something wrong with a twisted mindset of a black female who would not be happy with other black females who are happy with who they chose. When you have a leader who has written a book about swirling, who is dating a black male, but she's afraid to reveal her choice, then that can tell you how radicalized this particular movement is. And this movement is not for the betterment of black women. It is not looking out for the happiness of black women. They want this. They want to celebrate this over something like this. Why is this deemed to be acceptable? And this isn't. If both women are black and both women are happy, Shouldn't you be happy? No, this tells you a twisted mindset that these women have allowed themselves to kind of like evolve within them. This is the reason why black men should not really get mad at a swirling movement. And I just don't think that black men should be calling people names, belittling women who do this, should not show anger, aggression towards them, because they'll self-destruct from within. If you go back to my video in which I've done, her, along with other swirlers, have had some type of conflict or problem with each other. It's just this roundabout merry-go-round where they just cannot get along with each other. And that should tell you right then and there that they are not there, or they do not have a movement for the betterment of black women. This is some type of cult or religion that they want these women to join, to obsess in hating black men and hating other black women who love black men. And you know what? Hating black men, hating other black women who choose to be with black men, is not going to bring them a white man. Most of these women there are alone. They've been alone for years, and they will continue to be alone. So this should tell other women a lot about the movement in which you are joining. This is not about not expanding your options. If you truly found someone who loved you of a different race, ethnicity, religion, different country, if you guys are compatible, by all means, explore that. Go for it. But the idea of just hating a man because he's black, because you have had bad experiences in which you have chosen him, you got to put some of the blame on yourself for your choice that you made. Because I'm sure that within that choice, you had your mother, you had your sister, you had friends who were warning you about this particular man. But because you thought that you can change him, you forged ahead, and they proved you wrong. Well, he proved you wrong, basically, though. And they were right about their intuition and feelings towards that particular man who you chose. So women, black women, be very careful with the company you choose to keep. And be very careful with these movements that you are choosing to follow. Because many a times it's based upon stipulations and conditions that they want you to be obedient to. And if you're not obedient, you become enemy. Then we have truly stepped into darkness when our hearts and minds are so bitter that we cannot be happy for a black woman who is happily married to a black man. We're truly in a dark place if somehow we find fault with a black female who is married to someone who treats her with love, respect, dignity, and who is decent. And the only fault that we can find with him is that he's black. That truly does say a lot about our state of being. Those women who think like that and who carry that burden within their hearts and who wants to poison the minds and hearts of younger generations of black women to think like they do. It just shows you how defeated they are. Sloane Stephens' wedding is celebrated the world over by decent-minded people who are truly happy for her choice in which she has made. I wish this couple a long life with love, peace, happiness, and beautiful children. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you all beyond and through.